Good morning and welcome to today's 10 minutes to win it. How are you? I gotta wait for Instagram to connect. Okay, we're connecting, going live. You should be able to hear me. Gonna pop in. I want to talk to you about something I talked about before, but it's shown up on social again. So it's always good to stay on top of these things and put out some reminders. And I'm going to add some tips to this too from what I shared before. So let me just go in here and make sure you can hear me. Happy Friday, by the way. How many of you are having spring break this week? Let me know when you're here. If you join me live, let me know. If you hit the replay, let me know. We're on spring break this week, so my kiddos, we are actually headed. We're gonna go have some fun today and tomorrow and Sunday. So I'm really excited about it. And then Tuesday they get back to school. So they've had a great week. They got to spend some time with their grandparents and go on the boat and do all kinds of stuff. So. Hi, Becky. Great to see you. Thank you for joining me. So I wanted to talk to you today about keeping access to your audience. And this is really, really important. It's shown up a lot in the last, I'm going to say 2-3 weeks. So yesterday, I don't know if anybody else had an issue, but we had an issue with Instagram where Instagram seemed like it was down. It kept booting us out and there were some things happening. So it's a perfect time to recap this, how important it is to have access to an email list, to be building an email list constantly. And I'm also, something else happened this week to a client of mine where her account was hacked. So this is another thing I want to talk into. So yesterday with Instagram seeming like it went down for a little bit, and Facebook going down, I think it was 2 weeks ago for over an hour. And then one of my clients getting hacked in her account. She lost her profile actually, and she's working to get it back. But it's really important that you are building an email list because this can happen to any of us at any time. There's a lot of hacking going on. So one, you want to be really careful about if you're giving access to your social media platforms to anyone else, you want to make sure that you can trust them to give them access to your account. Number two, you want to make sure that you have a really strong password if it's just you in there. Good morning. I don't know who this is. I just see Facebook user, so I apologize. But I think Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly. And anybody else that's here, thank you for joining me. I'll go in a minute and say hi to you in the comments. But I wanted to share this. So whether you need to make sure you're creating a really strong password for your social media accounts, because there are people out there that are just spending their time trying to get in. Lecture's in the house. Hi, Lecture. Happy Friday, everybody. So make sure you create a strong password. And if you're going to give your access to anybody, to a business, make sure they're reputable and make sure that, that nobody else has access to their computer. Like, you get to vet these people if you're going to be sharing your social media platforms for them to be posting content for you, like a social media manager or something. But when it comes to protecting your account, regardless of whether it's against hacking or whether it's about social media going down, like it seems like it did yesterday a little bit, on Instagram. And then we know it went down for sure in Facebook a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. You want to be making sure you're building an email list. It's super, super important. And you can be building an email list in different ways, using lead magnets, creating lead magnets and putting them out there, having calls to action, guiding people on how to get them. They can be free, they can be paid. It's really up to you, but making sure you have ways of giving people value, providing value, and making a call to action on how they can get it so they can create a win. So that will want them to continue to getting value from you and then working with you. If you have a Facebook group, so this is twofold. If you have a Facebook group, again, if you get hacked, it's really important that you're able to get your access back into that Facebook group. So I tell all my clients, make sure you make someone else besides you admin, because if your Facebook account gets hacked and somehow you do not get your profile back, you cannot get that specific one back. You need to be able to get in there, and you do that by having someone else as admin. Because if your profile is shut down for some reason from being hacked, you can always create, it's not the best plan. None of us want to go through this, but you can create another Facebook account profile, and then your admin can let you back into the group and also let you into create you as admin again under that new profile. Unfortunately, if you make somebody a moderator and not an admin, they're not going to be able to let you in. One, if they don't have, they'll be able to let you in the group, but they won't be able to make you an admin in order to get there. They don't have that capability. So you're going to end up losing access to your Facebook group. And another thing inside your Facebook group, I do not recommend approving posts. You can always remove posts later, but if you set the setting to approving posts inside of your Facebook group and you lose access to it, you're hacked or something happens, then nobody's going to be able to post to let anybody know that what's going on. So like people are, if they're trying to get in the Facebook group, or you have somebody in there like a moderator, they cannot post to let people know what's going on. So I highly suggest you do not use that setting. I know it's easier to be able to go through and make sure that nobody's, trolling in there or whatever. But at the end of the day, you can just remove the post. You set your rules for them to come in, and you can give them a warning. If they do it again, if they abuse your policies again inside your Facebook group, you can just block them, remove them and block them. But those are the simple ways to make sure that you are keeping access to your audience. If one, you're hacked, or two, social media goes down. So email lists, really, really important. That should be a priority in your business all the time as you're growing your business, building your email list. There's different ways of doing it. Lead magnets, hosting, or being part of a summit. Also collaborations, and your Facebook group. Your Facebook group is a great way. Make sure you add a question in there, giving them a specific thing that they can get. Tell them, would you like my XYZ? If so, please drop your email below and we'll send it to you. Promise we won't spam you. We don't spam. And then they'll drop their email address, and now they're onto your email list. So that's another great way. You can grab our tips to building an email list. Lecture just dropped the link. It's called HeidiSchockCoaching.com/email list. You can grab this. It's free. Again, it's called Heidi Schock Coaching, www.HeidiSchockCoaching.com/email. And you can grab our guide to building an effective and quality lead email list. So wishing you an amazing day. Happy Friday. For those of you on spring break, enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. And I will see you on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern for another session of 10 Minutes to Win It. Have an amazing weekend.